doing the swaps in real time, as you guys can see on the monitors below. Assuming, once again, that Kalista top.
We do have the wrong names.
Oh, yeah, they're on the...
Probably going to see Canyon here as a bit of a wraparound is going to ensue.
Not until very late, sadly, though.
Keen going to dash on over. There's the flash forward from Canyon. Audacious charge comes in. That's going to be the dive down. Pillar is there, and Keen's going to be able to jump around it. Khan taking a lot of damage here, as Dread's not going to be able to push too much further forward, but does do really, really well at stopping that gank.
Yeah, that was, but he actually stabilizes decently well. He's got a lot of sustain at the moment. And Dread's still here.
Yeah, Audacious Charge comes down. Wind does indeed become lightning, as Canyon doesn't have flash, and the pillar is going to be good. But now Keen finds himself in a rough spot. Khan does not find the Shock Blast damage, but he's still going to be able to get first blood. Trades that one back because that Shock Blast didn't hit, as Fly is going to have his Paddle Star block. Showmaker being just a fantastic mid laner, absorbing the damage for his jungler. So there's not going to be too much more action.
Yeah, the teleport also kept the minion there. And once again, Damwon Kia takes Rift Herald priority over Drake, and that's going to lead to gold advantage, possibly first turret like we keep seeing.
That's the Realm Warp, and that should just be a dead Keen underneath this turret. Yep, Khan is going to be able to grab that kill. Canyon gets the tribute and gets out of the turret range, and now they may even just invest the Rift Herald into this turret at the same time. This is a big snowball wolf.
First blood into first turret. With the Rift Herald, you know the numbers advantage as Keen here should be on the top side of the map, but there's not much you can do. You leave the lane, you lose farm, you stay here, you get collapsed on and die. Trundle, unfortunately was down doing...
Going to be valuable.
Yeah, that's pretty massive. That's one of the best things to have.
Oh no, there's the flash from Khan. Khan's a jungler, by the way, everyone. He's taking the blue buff on the top side. Now the red buff is going to go over to him as well. He's just having the best time.
I mean, this is something you have to consider. The power of this always going to be later on.
All right, Khan actually going to avoid the knock-up, but still needs to be careful. Pillar goes down. He doesn't have flash. He should just be dead here, but the boot back does come through as Khan's going to flash forward. Looks for Keen, who will get slowed down. Can the martial pose work? The answer is absolutely not, as teleport now will come in. Canyon looks to close the gap, as there's the Realm Warp. We'll get both of them in there. Bunch of minions there as well, and Dread is going to be deserved.
That's easy cleanup here for Damwon Kia, and what I was going to say before we got into this is, with this much map control at this stage going over to Damwon Kia and Sunder, because he knows he's not doing any tank in this game, he's just desperate.
Well, we've got some ground down as in goes Canyon. Throws out the ultimate, but he's going down relatively low. In they go. Ghost finally in position now as Canyon's burning down. Flashes, but is not going to survive as Khan will finally turn up. Fly will be taken down here as Dread from over to the side, but now the damage comes in. Khan grabs the double kill, and now Dread finds himself on the wrong side of the map, and Damwon's wallets are already so heavy, Wolf.
It's just ridiculous. Dread's going to get slowed here. His pillar's coming up soon, but I don't think it's going to matter. It might delay the inevitable.
As it turns out, Ash pretty good at chasing people down if they're in range, and that is going to be the ace at 20 minutes on the dot.
Especially champions that don't. Decision-making has always been fantastic. It's sometimes these micro decisions that end up causing him problems, but when he's just playing a great game, rotating correctly, laning without pressure, or without barrel diving in and him having to catch that, he's looking great. And this is the Damwon Kia we were hoping to see at the beginning of the season. It's taken a while, but the dominance is really hitting hard here at the last part of summer.
Yeah, and look, they had a bit of a week off last week. They had one match. It was up against DRX.
And I thought it was a pretty smart move. It's just unfortunately the execution has not been great.
Yeah, also, Fly playing the Zoe has just not really found too much success recently, as well as Canyon. Gonna go down relatively low. Let's see whether Damwon Kia can pull this one back, as they were all stacked up. The arrow connects onto 4 people, but the Fate's Call is good. Finally, Khan comes in, and now the damage is starting to rain down. Ghost full of spears right now, but should be able to kite back relatively effectively, and that was actually a one fight for AFREECA.
Yeah, AFREECA do win this fight. Khan shows
Raj does not connect there onto the bubbled target, which is a little bit unfortunate. Khan going to survive with a lot of health. It's now Canyon. In a lot of trouble. Crescent Guard comes out. Great Pillar is going to be there. They do manage to lay down the CC, as a lot of time was bought there by Canyon, but I don't think there's going to be any follow-up here, as another bubble will connect, but Khan is able to get out of it in time. And now Damwon Kia are going to have to play a lot of defense around this Baron. Thankfully, still a lot of super creeps making a ruckus on the bottom side of the map.
That's really going to be the problem. Khan also pushing top.
Until the Nexus goes down. However, it feels like a very difficult task for AFREECA, as this Baron is going down extraordinarily quickly. lchlz does get the bad news as Dread puts down the pillar. You can see Ghost and Beryl in a bit of trouble here as the Baron is going to be traded for the support. There is a lot of poke damage though, as in goes Canyon once again. They're trying to get AFREECA in position as they've lost one, so it is a 4 versus 5 that AFREECA do not want to take up against this Baroned up Damwon.
The bottom inhibitor is still down for 30, so with this Baron buff, they can continue to push even without Beryl. He did exactly what he needed to do, was just block them from getting the Baron, pulling a little bit of a Snorlax right now, and just making sure they can't get in there, as we're going to see Canyon.
Yeah, I think they certainly had the poker flute, because they were able to take him down.
Yeah, he's just sitting there like, sorry, can't clear without that item.
Yeah, but unfortunately they were in battle with the Snorlax, so couldn't get to the Rayquaza that was coming up afterwards.
Should have pulled a Sudowoodo instead, I guess.
Yeah, they did it better in Gen 2, everyone knows. As AFREECA now just trying to defend, and they will be able to at least keep their mid inhibitor. lchlz down to half health.
Showmaker just going to rotate over to bot.
Yeah. If the mid lane doesn't work, you may as well just get down here and sort this one out, as the rest of the 4 of Damwon will just eliminate this turret in a couple of seconds. Beryl looking for Dread here. It is just going to be buying space to grab this inhibitor. Canyon actually ulting to avoid the damage from Leo, but Leo completely out of mana, so isn't going to be able to continue a fight forward, as Khan possibly difficult positioning and does have to flash the Solar Flare. As AFREECA do lose their top inhib, but otherwise hold on.
Yep. They have pushed to try to do more permanent damage.
Yep, 3-2 push. As, okay, that is a bubble connecting onto Showmaker, who's in so much trouble, will just be taken down. Didn't have a stopwatch, didn't have anything, and now Damwon Kia are going to have to back away again.
Yeah, this is starting...
Oh, yeah, lchlz might have to be sent back home.
He's blocked one too many.
Yeah. There's now Dread off to the side. Fly was backing as the arrow's going to connect onto the Trundle. Wind becomes lightning, comes in. It's a fantastic stun from Beryl. And then Khan, he's going to rotate around. lchlz not going to be escaping this one. He's going to get stunned as well, as Ghost is there to finish that one off. And now AFREECA are just falling like dominoes. Leo trying to get back to the base, but that is 1,000 damage to his head from Showmaker. And now he's going to start working on the Nexus turrets. He is done with this game, and I think AFREECA are going to have to vacate it as well. It's a 13,000 gold lead. It has been for the majority of this game, but finally, Damwon Kia are going to finish.
All it takes is one blow up on the Trundle, and that's unfortunately lchlz is just not nearby to peel because he took so much damage right before from those shock blasts. The Showmaker is going to bring the minions into the fountain, and it was really just one last moment to pick off the Trundle. Unfortunately, that's for optimistic engages. It gets punished a lot, and the enemy team ends up getting a lot out of the pick, because it's not as tanky, of course. It's not as powerful as Leaning Set is going to be, so he's somewhat more
through here. Let's see who's going to be able to win out on this one. As Beryl, he's going to be able to grab them first. There's the 2-man facebreaker. Immediately, the flash comes out of Leo. He gets lit on fire, and now he has to enter lane with 300 health.
Yeah, he's going to be zoned out of some minions here. This is really exactly how you want to play a matchup like this.
Well, Phase Rush comes out here from Showmaker, who's not going to get slowed down. Canyon is just going to say, just let me take my red buff real quick, as Dread gets the ward over, and Showmaker takes the long way round. Oh no, now he gets knocked out of all of this experience. Oh, it's an absolute disaster. Another facebreaker comes in. lchlz stuck around for a little bit too long as Beryl tanks up the turret. Dread's moving on down here as we've got teleports from absolutely everyone. The double flashes, but Canyon's not making it out of this one. First blood will go to Keen on the top side.
Khan's like, oh man, really? Well, you know, he's like, well, I just don't know if I really need to be there because there's no extension.
Oh no, lchlz. Well, there's the flash forward. Ghost will be able to get the rend, but he might burn down for it. Yep, that's a cash in from Leo. It's a bit of an early one, but that's all right. Showmaker will now use his teleport as, yeah, Leo's not making it out of that one, but 1-for-1 trade, you'll take it as AFREECA.
Yeah, you certainly will.
Well, actually,
no, for sure they're gone.
Yeah, here's another fight on the bottom side as Beryl's going to punch the Draven to death as now lchlz underneath this turret without a teammate is going to be in a lot of trouble as Canyon, he's snuck into this brush. Harpoon is going to miss, but lchlz knows that there's not really too many options for him. He's trying to get out of the way of the bottom lane as Beryl speeds himself up, but it should be lchlz getting underneath this turret, but not able to get over towards these minions. 6, so they had equalizer for this potential fight. means that there's just no way that there's a response from AFREECA, as there's a flash face breaker from Beryl. He's only level 4, so we're not going to have any ults, but he still has the haymaker, but he's sort of by himself, which is a bit awkward. That's a great pillar to confirm the kill.
Duality of Beryl.
Yes, that is some very Beryl action going on there.
Oh, I mean, it looks cool until it doesn't, right? And it was almost there, but like you said, he was a little...
Canyon still sitting on this Rift Herald, actually looking to try and invest at bottom lane by the looks of things. As Dread is spotted, the Rumble out of the picture for the moment. Dredgeline comes on in, but Beryl may just die. Does get the Haymaker down in time, but can't actually ulti, as the Equalizer does basically nothing, and King comes through and says, nope, you're not throwing it down here.
Yeah, that was actually really well played. Goes Essence Reaver first, by the way. That's the build start here. Going to go into Immortal Shield Bow for survivability. Uh-oh!
Yep. Facebreaker onto Dread. He is super dead. Canyon's going to be able to grab that kill, and Showmaker is delivered the blue buff. Everything working out here for Damwon.
I mean, do the Drake alone, they're going to have a problem, and this actually it works well for them.
Well, another Equalizer comes through as Beryl's going to find the Facebreaker onto Lehens. There's the Fates call as they really want to take down the Draven, and they do so. They get the flash out of Lehens as well as Khan dives on forward. And after getting that one pick, we'll see what Damwon Kia can actually collect for themselves, as that's a Shockwave, only lands onto Canyon, and the follow-up is not quite there.
I mean, it was looking really good for AFREECA. They got the solo Drake, they're clearing a lot of this vision, but there are consequences when you this split. Dread?
Yeah, it's a lot of damage from Showmaker, but he didn't want to invest too much more, as Beryl's going to get, once again, pillared.
Keen is like,
they're still looking for this, and Dread certainly is the target that they're looking for, if that Baron is for Damwon, to make sure they don't overextend.
Got to be decisive here,
Dread's
AFREECA.
Gonna get his face broken. There's an Equalizer, Showstopper, still on top of the Equalizer, but Dread flashes away, but into the open arms of the rest of Damwon. Keen not able to get in, as Showmaker is just saying no, protecting his Gnar. And now the jungler is dead. Let's see what Damwon Kia can make happen.
You had just for...
Canyon hurts.
Trundle's dead, and they're just going to fight this. I mean, or they're going to start this, rather. And I don't think AFREECA have a great option to fight. Fly has his ultimate. That's it.
Well, Keen's in position. Okay, there's a Haymaker from Beryl, who's just going to get Fates called at the last possible moment. Buys all the time in the world as Showmaker keeps himself alive, going for the 1v1, goes golden. Keen does the same thing. The Baron is secured by Damwon, as Keen's now looking to reset around this fight, but no, it's not going to happen. Canyon realizes that he has to get out. He's the last remaining Baron that's going to be available, as the Callista will get cashed in on by Leo. So, Damwon lose the fight, but they get a Baron. They get the botted actually on vision right now. Damwon continuing to just try and frustrate the Dragon a little.
They're trying to turn on the Beryl, but this means Damwon actually can pull them on both ends. So well played here from Damwon Kia.
Yeah. Drake is going to reset. Gets back into the pit right now. Fly.
Equalizer's up.
Yeah, throwing the orb around, but now the Orianna going to be a little bit further away from this one. Equalizer goes down. Soul Point picked up by AFREECA, and the Equalizer not exactly getting the value that they really want. Depth Charge going to be used here as the Blade World flies through. The Whirling Death, I should say, as in goes Khan, finds the double Gnar into the wall, and the face breaker's beautiful as well, but on the back line, the Viego is popping off. Diving on forward, looking for even more, as Beryl's Haymaker does basically nothing, and now Showmaker, he has to Realm Warp himself out of there. He's going to do so. And Khan also just trying to hightail it out of there, and AFREECA are just winning these team fights over and over again.
This team fight is a massive win for them. They get the Soul Point. Oh, do they find Khan? Just barely not. He had been channeling that for a while. He's going to go for some side laning. But that fight, that last fight, was AFREECA playing it out so patiently, just knowing their win condition was the reset.
Showmaker. Well, he's got his Zhonya's, but he decides not to use it.
Yeah, he's not. It's only going to buy time. But if you kill Canyon, you get your reset, you get your health back, you do a ton of damage. I mean, Canyon's quite fed. Those items are going to do a lot for you in that skirmish, especially when everyone's health bars are getting low. And you're a Rumble who can transform and then start getting health back. It's pretty insane. Damwon Kia looking for this inhibitor.
Yeah, Showmaker's actually here as well, so they can actually keep pushing as they get another minion wave in. And AFREECA are going to have to back. They were looking to try and chase it down, but
they're going to try
the Baron is alive, but there's a Realm Warp available.
Yeah, and this is not a ton of damage here with only these champions. I think AFREECA really just got out-macroed. Realm Warp, as you say, is going to close half the gap.
There's not many people here, as it's going to be Gaon left behind. Okay, Equalizer goes down. Leo tries to get out of the pit, but Lehens is going to be taken down, and AFREECA are just getting macro destroyed right now.
Yeah, this was a really bad choice for AFREECA. It might actually cost them the game.
Oh no, this is just Baron going over, and Damwon have picked up this game and said, no, it said on the packet it belonged to us.
Oh, one more chance here. Fly, let's see that go.
Yeah, they're going to have to find it as Showmaker flashes forward. They do manage to get the stopwatch out of Fly, as that's going to be Beryl going down. Showmaker is so extraordinarily low. The double kill for the Draven as Ghost picks up the Baron and hops over the wall. So yes, Damwon grabbed the Baron yet again, but they don't win the fight yet again.
Fly gets out with the Baron, so once again, you know, it feels like a consolation prize more than an objective take.
Well, this is going to be a free Cloud Soul as Leo just walks over and grabs it. And it looks like AFREECA are going to be able to stop this push on the top side at the same time. Baron minions, though, move towards this outer turret in the mid lane, and Damwon will finally be able to lock that one down.
Dread has been several levels down this whole game. Went for the Anathema's chains. He's super desperate to survive in these team fights, but it's way easier to execute, to be honest, than Damwon is right now.
There's Beryl. He's
once
again
get
caught by Lehens. Dread's here. There's the whirling death as Beryl. Can he get in? No, he can't. And unfortunately, they're just going to have to say goodbye to the set. Beryl once again. I mean, he's going to be dead for 44 seconds. The Baron's up in 30.
No Realm barrel down these objectives elsewhere. This is a smart macro choice.
We are heavily committing.
Yeah.
As Keen's down here.
Oh no, Showmaker.
In a lot of trouble. As, yep, Showmaker is going to be found by Keen, but walks out of the Shockwave. The Heartbreaker comes in. Showmaker trying to get his health back, but he's not going to survive. And now Ghost trying to run away from this one as well. And Lehens, he has the sick flank. 5 members against the Kalista. Yeah, I think we know who wins that one. And Damwon have fallen apart.
Now this is actually turn this.
Well, Damwon committing. As you can see, the Viego is going to teleport in, but he's going to be a little bit further away. Ghost is going to get picked out first. That is not what you want, as he's in the bouncy house. Goes down, as you can see that the Orianna does so much damage. Ghost trying to flash away, but Leo says, no, I'm getting my revenge. And he absolutely will. This game is over, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to a Game 5 as Showmaker looks to try and draw it out for as long as possible, but I don't think he's going to be able to. That's going to be the ace. And that is a very large dragon on top of a Draven pushing up this mid lane.
I like how you put it Game 5 because it certainly feels like we've watched 4 games in 2. We've seen 4 games in 2, haven't we, with how long these went? But AFREECA are going to close it out at the end of the day. And look, I mean, that last fight was pretty desperate for Damwon Kia. You're between a rock and a hard place. Everyone's stacked up on the other, so Fly's going to do massive, actually, in this case. But I personally think that for AFREECA's playstyle, where you're going to play aggressive early, you're going to play around those mid-game fights with this Renekton comp, with Keen piloting.
Which is really strong, even if he doesn't do what he used to do. As in he goes, almost within turret range, and really wanting to push AFREECA away.
It's a very barrel champion.
But this is hyper-aggressive. Ghost has to use the clans as he's trying to escape Leo out of range of these autos. As Beryl, he might be the one in trouble now, but both of them do get out, but they're going to have to go back home.
Yeah.
And there are no summoner spells available on the other side either, as the chains are going to connect. And Fly eats a lot of that damage with his Aftershock.
And every time you try to trade, you're actually losing your sustain in the lane. No 6 for Canyon yet, so I don't think he's going to commit, but he sees King go through.
Yep, that's the stun. Let's see whether Khan can actually survive until Canyon gets here. Keen now looking for the Scion. As, oh dear, he's going to get slowed and knows that he's dead. Wants to be able to get in range, but it's not going to happen. First blood goes over to Damwon. I respect what Keen went for there, but a very unfortunate time to go in.
Yeah, it doesn't waste his flash.
Slot is available here for the Scion as well, so he can stop the rotation over. Decimating Smash is going to land onto the Crocodile, as AFREECA are a little bit split. Good lick of tongue there from Beryl as the arrow will connect towards the backline, but Showmaker still able to distort out. Keen getting crushed by Khan, whose health bar is just starting to get gigantic. Ghost with the Fate's Call. Lehens flashes on forward though, as Khan wants to be able to get in here to help out. The Rift Herald was taken by Canyon, I believe, but it looks like AFREECA are finding the team fight. The Thrall's working out. Leo looking for Showmaker off to the side as well. And AFREECA, the team fighting between Game 2 and now, just looking so good.
And this is why their comp is so strong in the mid game. That's why they build around this Renekton so well. With this team fighting comp, it's so fantastic.
Feels like the more advantages AFREECA get, the more exponentially good it gets.
Exactly.
As Fly now going to get turned on. Sorry, Khan going to get turned on. The arrow from downtown will make sure the Scion cannot participate. And not respecting AFREECA quite enough, as there's a Solar Flare going to connect onto Ghost as Beryl. Now level 6 does have the Devour, as teleports are coming through. Beryl gets thrown back, has some gray health, as Showmaker trying to keep himself alive. Ghost doing the same thing as he hops himself out of the way. Good cleanse as Fly now able to get himself out. The flash forward from Beryl, trying to lick Fly to death, but it's not going to work, and Showmaker just doesn't quite have the damage. Frozen Thrall's even doing a whole host of work, and AFREECA just team fighting so beautifully. An arrow comes back up, and Khan eats it again.
Khan just here to donate a little bit more gold over to the AFREECA Freaks. And in that fight, Dread was about, I'd say, maybe 8 or 9 seconds away from his ultimate when he decided to come through. And it looks like, uh-oh, this isn't going to go very well. It doesn't. It looks like they're just going to get away with this turret.
Well, Arrow is going to connect onto Canyon there, just barely, as Khan was trying to take the Rift Scuttler. Is going to be able to do so, but it should mean that Canyon is dead. He does use his Crescent Guard, as Leo's going to take a fair bit of damage. And Khan decides instead he wants to turn into a train. Ghost is going to get himself out of the way.
Fly. How do you lose this? How do you mess this up? I just don't see it possible. I think Damwon Kia actually should probably give this up, but it feels like a lose-lose. Beryl.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the listing lazily to the south, as there's the Abyssal Dive. They're going to get straight on top of Leo as Showmaker finds the chains. Beryl finds the Fate's Call, and now he's flashing after Dread. The exhaust goes down, and maybe we cast a blessed Damwon. I'm not entirely sure, but Dread's definitely dead. Ghost might burn down, as there's the big old shield that you now get from the Devour, as another Abyssal Dive comes through for a big knock-up, but Beryl may actually die here. Canyon's going to get exploded. Big knock-up from Khan as Showmaker off to the side. Keen knows that he's the target they need to go for, but AFREECA, once everyone gets there, feels like the team fight is theirs.
Yeah, and that's 1,000
kills.
Yeah, Fly, congratulations. 1,000 kill club here in the LCK, an exclusive club. He's now...
Someone still in with a fight at the moment. Looking for some extra poke. Wind becomes lightning, not going to connect there.
Showmaker doing a little bit of poke himself, you know, before this Mountain Soul is up. Like, he can do a lot.
Well, Khan also standing as that stalwart wall in front of AFREECA here, as now they're going to start this fight off. The arrow is not going to connect as AFREECA just dive on forward. Ghost now going to continue actually dancing through, and they have so much CC. Fly goes gold, and the Moonfall is massive as Dread picks up the backline. The bottom lane are just going to be obliterated as Showmaker tries to get out of here, but AFREECA, they have almost everyone still alive. Dread's going to trade places with Canyon as Showmaker finishes him off in the end, but AFREECA will still be able to get the Mountain Soul, and I think this is really going to put them in a great position to win.
I mean, it's so hard to win from here on out. This was your last chance, and Showmaker did everything he could in that fight. I mean, literally everything. He played it basically perfectly. Did a lot of poke before the fight started. Lived until the end. Did the damage there when Ghost was collapsed on. And Khan did a lot of peeling, right? The Gargoyle Stone Plate activated very... How do you lose, like I mentioned earlier, how do you lose this Soul Point fight? How do you lose this Baron fight now?
Well, for Damwon, there's quite a few ways. This is potentially one of them, as Canyon's going to get dove on. The arrow is going to land onto the Tahm Kench, but you can see the Devour has to be used very early in this fight. Khan is tanking up a lot of damage as Ghost trying to get some hits in. Fly going to ult himself for 0 damage, and that's definitely high value, as there's the pullback. Beryl's going to take way too much, and he's going to get taken out. But to lose just Beryl, it's probably the best a team fight's gone for Damwon so far.
Yeah, and I mean, they were desperate. They had to try to make a play there. Otherwise, they end up losing the Baron because Dread was already starting it. And you don't want to fight into this choke after clearing very, very carefully, very diligently, all of the vision away from Damwon Kia.
Yeah, Khan going to move on in here.
Really nice position.
Certainly is a pretty good front line, but there's the decimating smash. Arrow once again going to connect onto the Tahm Kench as Fly. They're just biding their time. They're waiting for their opportunity as in he goes, looking for even more, but Canyon is going to go golden, and now Fly going to have to ult himself once again. Good flash out there from Ghost as the Moonfall doesn't do a whole lot, but That's a triple kill for the Crocodile. Make it a quadra. Now Khan is just walking around as a zombie, and everyone dives on top of Showmaker. He's trying to escape, but Leo's going to finish off the ace, and AFREECA will march down the mid lane.
Yeah, so Showmaker's just playing the last game of his promos, and it's not going well. I mean, he is playing as well as he can. I mean, well and truly basically played every aspect of his game perfectly. But at the end of the day, with all the cards stacked against him, how good is perfect really? Damwon Kia going to end up losing this third game in pretty fiery fashion. Fly, on his highest win rate champion, gets his 1,000th kill and will upset yet another of our top three. AFREECA taking out Genji, now taking out Damwon Kia.
Yeah, Canyon's going to come in and try and save things, but he is just going to die. And he's going to have to watch his Nexus go down as well, as Damwon are starting to respawn, and there are some lower health bars, but I just don't know whether it's going to be enough, as Leo's untouched and AFREECA reverse sweep Damwon Kia in this best of 3.